Welcome back, and let's now set up these two machines with IP addresses. So if you go over to the whiteboard again, you remember before now, we did say that this machine, PC1, is going to be on 192.168.1.1, while the PC2 will be on 1.2. So let's go over to the machines and begin to give them their respective IP addresses. So I'll bring up the VirtualBox, and one funny thing here is that if you click on Home, you're no longer going to see all your virtual machines. So you have to go to Machines before you can see them, right? The earlier version of VirtualBox, all your machines will be on the Home. Okay, so we go to Machines. One of the machines is shut down, which is the PC2. PC1 is running. I'm going to power up PC2. Right click on that guy and go to Start. You can as well just click on Start here at the top. Now there's something I want to point out as this machine tries to power on. So let's power it on, and as it comes up, it's going to ask you to hit any key to boot from CD, DVD. Please ignore that message. This message here, don't press any key on the keyboard. Just ignore it and your machine will go ahead to power on. All right. So let's go to PC1. So from our diagram, PC1 will be on 192.168.1.1. So let's go over to that guy. So I've actually created a folder on the desktop here, which I named PC1, just to help me see which PC I am currently on. So at the top here, you could also see PC1 running. So how do we give this guy IP address? On the search, at the bottom left of this machine, type CMD to open up the command prompt. So what I will do on the command prompt for this machine is to change the background. For PC1, the command prompt will be on red, and for PC2, it will be on blue. So just to help me differentiate the two machines. So here we'll go to colors, and for screen background, let's put this guy on white, and then for the screen text, let's put this guy on red, more like this one. Click on OK, and we have to close the command prompt window and open it again. All right, so here in the command prompt, we are going to do ncpa.cpl, hit the enter key, and that takes us to our LAN adapter. This is Ethernet, so double click on it and go to properties, and then locate the Internet Protocol version 4 and properties again. Now if we have a DHCP server on the network configured to help us give systems IP automatically, then we are going to do nothing here. We're going to leave this the way it is, which is on obtain IP address automatically. Currently, we don't have a DHCP server, so we need to select use the following IP addresses. And in here on the box, we are going to type in the IP address of PC1, which is 192.168.1.1. So go over here and type in the IP 192.168.1.1. Click on the box for subnet mask. The class C subnet mask appears there automatically. And then for the default gateway, 192.168.1.1. And for this guy to be able to get to the internet, we are going to use Google's DNS server 8.8.8.8. We can as well use 4.2.2.2. Okay, so click on OK and click on close. Click on close again. If I double click on this adapter again and go to details, all right, so you could see the IP we just gave, but this guy is not having a default gateway. I don't know why it's removed the default gateway that I gave it. So let's go back and give it a default gateway, because without a default gateway, it wouldn't be able to browse the internet. 192.168.1.1 is the gate. Oh, okay, so if the gateway is to be 1.1, then let's give this guy 1.2. Okay, and click on OK, and that's why the gateway didn't save. Okay, so the IP address of a system and the gateway cannot be the same, right? So I've changed this machine to 1.2 while the gateway is 1.1. Okay. So it means that on the diagram here, we are going to change this guy. So this is 1.2 and this will now be 1.3. Okay. So reflected that in the diagram. That's how to give a system an IP address. Just open up the CMD and do ncpa.cpl and get to this guy and type in the IP address that you want to use. Once that is done, make sure that you save and then close up everything. Right now, the next thing to do is to go to the second PC. So second PC, bring that guy up. So this is the second PC and put in the password. So the second PC is coming up. All right. So on the second PC, we are going to do the same thing. CMD, and here let's change the color to blue. So screen text, close the command prompt and open it again, CMD, and here ncpa.cpl, and go ahead and give this guy 1.3 as we have modified the IP on the diagram. So this is now 1.2 and this is 1.3. For them to get away to the internet, they use .1 to go out as a gateway. So here, select Internet Protocol version 4, properties, use the following IP, type in the IP address 192.168.1.3, put in the mask, and the gateway will be 192.168.1.1, and then DNS to help us browse the internet 8.8.8.8, which is Google's DNS server. Let's also use 4.2.2.2 and click on OK and close again. And that's how to give systems IP address. Now the next thing to do is to check if these systems can talk to each other. So let me pick up my pen. So far, we have successfully given this machine IP address, which is 192.168.1.2, and this one also has its own IP address, which is 1.3. Now, let's see if this PC can actually talk to this one, and also we check if this one can talk to this one. And how to do that is to use a tool called ping, and I'm going to go to PC1 and open up the CMD, which is the command prompt on PC1, and I'll type ping, which is ping, followed by the IP address of PC2, because I want to check if PC1 knows how to reach PC2. So I'm going to type ping on the command prompt, and I'm going to type in the IP of PC2, which is 1.3. We are going to do a reverse of this to check if PC2 knows how to reach PC1 by going to the command prompt of PC2 and typing ping followed by PC1 IP address. So this is how we check for reachability. So we're actually trying to see if these two systems know how to get to each other using a tool known as ping. Let's do that. So go over to PC1 and once again open up the CMD, which is the command prompt, and we're going to do ping followed by the PC2 IP, which is 192.168.1.3, and hopefully is successful. Wow. So it's timing out, which means that PC1 doesn't know how to reach PC2. And let's do the reverse of the test. So let's go to PC2 and see if PC2 knows how to get to PC1. Ping followed by the PC1 IP address, which is 1.2, 192.168.1.2. And it seems that these two machines are not able to talk to each other. So let's go back to the whiteboard. You can see this is also timing out. So when two systems are on same network and they are not able to talk to each other, there are possible causes for this. One could be that network discovery might be turned off on these two machines. So network discovery needs to be turned on. And sometimes if it's already turned on and the two PCs still don't know how to talk to each other, then we'll have to go and check the Windows firewall. So I'm going to show you how to check the two in order to solve this problem. So Windows firewall could also be the problem. So let's start with the first one, which is network discovery. How do you check if it's already turned on? So let's start with PC1. On the PC1, we are going to go to the bottom here where we have the network icon. Right click on the network icon and go to Open Network and Internet Settings and go to Ethernet here and go to Change Advanced Sharing Options. And here you could see that under the private network, the network discovery is turned on. All right, so let's close the private network. Let's check the guest and public network. You see the network discovery is turned off on guest. Let's turn it on and let's close that guy. Let's check the all network. Okay, so on all network, we can just turn on file sharing so that when we get to sharing file, any file shared on PC1, PC2 will be able to access it. So, but just make sure, let's close this all network. Make sure that network discovery is turned on both private network and guest. Click on Save Changes and let's go do the same thing on PC2. So here on PC2, right click on the network icon on the bottom right hand side, open Network and Internet Settings, go to Ethernet, change Advanced Sharing Settings. And you can see here that on the guest, network discovery is turned off. Let's check on the private, and it's already turned on private. And let's close it, and then let's open all network and make sure that file sharing is turned on. Click on Save Changes. And at this point, we need to check the pinging again. So let's start from PC1. Remember that we have turned on network discovery on both machines. So do CLS to clear the screen. And then we are going to ping PC2, which is on 1.3. And you could see that the ping is going now. Before now, it was timing out. And let's see if PC2 knows how to get to PC1. So on the command prompt, look at the first ping. It timed out. So let's repeat the ping again. And hit the enter key. And those PCs are able to ping each other now. But sometimes, as I mentioned, this network discovery might not really be able to fix it. Sometimes this network discovery will be turned on both machines and those PCs will still not be able to talk to each other. In that case, we have to go check the Windows firewall settings and we configure the firewall to allow ICMP traffic, which is Internet Control Message Protocol. That's actually the protocol that controls pinging. So let me also show you how you can fix that just in case the network discovery, putting it on the two machines, is not still able to fix the issue. Now, how do we configure Windows Firewall to allow ping? We go to the network icon on the bottom, right click on it and go to Open Network and Internet Settings and then select Ethernet. And then here you are going to see Windows Firewall. So click on Windows Firewall and the Windows Firewall opens. Scroll down a bit and look for Advanced Settings. Here we go. Click on it and then click on Yes. So we minimize this. So you can see the Windows Firewall Advanced Settings is opened. Go to Inbound Rules and right click on it and select New Rule. And at this point, we need to customize it according to our own requirement. So select Custom and go to Next. And we are going to go to Next again. And for the traffic we want to allow through the firewall, take it from any and put it on ICMP, which is the Internet Control Message Protocol for IPv4. Go to Next. We're allowing any IP address on the network to ping or get to another IP address. Go to Next and make sure that it's on Allow the connection to pass through the firewall. Go to Next again and just give it a name. This time I will name it Allow Ping Traffic and we'll click on Finish. And that's how to configure the Windows Firewall to allow the ICMP traffic so that the PCs will be able to talk to each other. Okay, so that's how to turn it on. Go to PC2 and do exactly the same steps, right? And that will be the size of this package. So we've been able to get these two machines to talk to each other, and PC2 can actually get to PC1. We verified this using the ICMP, which is Internet Control Message Protocol. If you have found this useful, kindly like the video, kindly share it, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you so very much, and see you in the next presentation, where we are going to be sharing file and we are going to be performing network scan so that we can be able to see all the connected devices in our network. See you in that video, and bye for now.